Hey guys, my name's Rav. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. If you don't know what this channel is about, it's dedicated to my life living full-time in a vintage 1982 Dodge camper van. As you can see, I'm not in the Dodge camper van. I'm actually in my sister's house in Forney, Texas, which is about 10 miles east of Dallas, the DFW Metroplex. I've been staying here for 2.5, 3 weeks now. If you saw my last video, which was in Carlsbad, New Mexico, I was headed to Texas. I was headed to West Texas, southwest of Lubbock. About 60 miles is where my dad lives. And my dad, which most of you don't know, I don't think I've ever mentioned, is a farrier, and he trains horses and has always been a horse trainer my entire life. So we have like not really a ranch, not really a farm, but a house with a lot of horses behind it. So there's going to be some video coming of that. I did a cattle drive, I went with my brother horseshoeing, and I've got a lot of content of doing that. In my last video, the Carlsbad video, I uploaded it from my dad's, and they have internet. It took 28 hours to upload that video. So needless to say, and I had no cell phone service or anything out there at my dad's. So I was pretty disconnected while I was out there. There's going to be some video coming up of that experience of what I was doing. So you'll get to see that in some future videos. This video is basically just dedicated to me touching base with you guys since I've been MIA for a month. This year's not started out like I wanted it to. Everything was great. Everything was genuine. I went to my dad's, had a great time. Spent Christmas, my dad's birthday, which is on December 30th. It was his 78th birthday. I got to spend his birthday with him and my brother and my stepmom. And then New Year's, I spent at my dad's. My brother and I went out to Lubbock and went country dancing. And so it was, I can't say the New Year was bad. But I decided to make the journey onto Dallas because this was my main destination, to see my son and his daughter. And man, when I first got here, I had a whole lot of little issues with the RV that you guys never knew about. Number one, my windshield wipers have never worked. I had a ghetto setup with my inverter where I had to open the hood and hook it up, run an extension cord into the RV because I don't have any solar panels. So I didn't have an inverter inside the RV. Well, I've installed an inverter inside the RV. I'm going to show you all this stuff at a later date in another video. But I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you know what was going on. I'm going to show you some video of my brother and I out horseshoeing. I'll show you a snippet of that right now. I'm going to be showing you the cattle drive. I'll show you a snippet of that right now. And those are videos I have coming up, but I shot so much stuff and I didn't put a lot of voice context to it, a lot of talking, so it's kind of like it's like the Juarez video where I just walked around and like showed everything with the camera. So I need to get better at doing monologues. So I've taken some time off. I've also worked on this camera, trying to get this camera to focus right. I think I might have found the right settings. This is the first video I'm doing with it. Hopefully it's in focus, maybe. But I'm trying to up my game with my YouTube channel, and I felt like I needed to take a break from it. Another major problem I was having was with my MacBook Pro. It's an older MacBook Pro, came with Mavericks as the operating system, and it came with an old iPhoto that basically has gotten where it just wouldn't work. Like I would hook my camera up to offload the photos and it would crash over and over and over. I'd have to unhook it, reboot the MacBook, hook it back up, try to get it to go, and it would start loading the photos and then it would crash. So it would sometimes take me 30 minutes just to get my videos and my photos off the camera onto the MacBook because the SD card wouldn't come out of the camera. So I had to hook the USB up to it, and it was just a nightmare. That was another reason I opted to buy this camera, was to buy that because I can take the SD card out of this camera and load it right into the computer. But the operating system was just so old and outdated, and I hate upgrading the operating system because every time I do it, I have some kind of catastrophe. And ended up upgrading it because it was just so frustrating at this point. I was ready to get rid of that MacBook Pro, try to buy another one, but I finally decided to go ahead and try to upgrade it. So I upgraded it from Mavericks to High Sierra. I didn't erase everything, but I did do like a time machine backup, which ended up being corrupted, didn't work. And I upgraded it to High Sierra in one day. By that evening, I had it loaded and it seemed to work fine. The next morning I got up, I turned it off and I went to reboot it up. It wouldn't boot up. It kept rebooting into the High Sierra install and would not even get to my disk. And it took me 2 days to get it back to working properly again, researching and trying to figure out what was wrong with it. That's Jack, my brother and sister-in-law's parrot. So, hi buddy. So I ended up getting it all upgraded. I got it all back working. So now I have a good operating computer. I'm going to be upgrading it some more, but so now, and I think I've got this camera settings hopefully figured out, the best settings for them so I can use it and it won't always be unauto-focused. But anyway, during that time I've been here in Texas. Like I said, my brother-in-law helped me fix. We replaced 3 of 4 headlights. I had 2 headlights that I didn't even know were not working, my 2 major brights. We installed new floodlights, LED floodlights. We installed the inverter with like this gauge wire, so if I ever want to upgrade the inverter, I can upgrade it and put it right where the 750 watt I have now that is not a pure sine wave, and I want to get a pure sine wave with my solar kit at some point. But I put the 750 in there just as a temporary fix. Ended up getting it at Walmart, and I'll give you the backstory to that in a later video maybe, because I ended up getting it for $24, which was amazing, and it's $40 in the store. And it's $40 online now, but at that small space and time they were offering it for $24 and I got it. 750 watt inverter. So I got that installed in the RV. We got the headlights installed. We installed a new horn. The horn never worked. We installed all new bushings for the windshield wipers, a new windshield wiper motor, got all the windshield wipers fixed, all the headlights fixed, the new fog lights installed. So man, I was so happy with all of those upgrades. And then the weather froze here, and it froze at my dad's. It got down to about 14 or 15 degrees, but I had my RV where it was blocked in from the wind, which I didn't have it here. So lo and behold, I didn't dump my tanks and all of my pipes froze. So I've been fixing water leaks for 3 or 4 days now, and I've had to rip out walls, and my RV is a mess. And one of the water leaks is back behind the shower faucet, and I can't get to it. I don't know how to fix that leak without ripping the entire shower out in the bathroom. So it's been not good with that fact. I wish I would have drained my tanks, put antifreeze in them, whatever I had to do to save myself this heartache, because it's just been a mess dealing with these water leaks. The worst thing to happen to me is 2 days ago. I was working on the RV, fixing the plumbing leaks. I had one line left to repair, and I ended up deciding I needed to go to Lowe's and buy a longer line with a T-coupling. So Lowe's is literally like 1.5 miles from here, 10-minute drive max. But I'm still not real familiar with the area. I was thinking about the water line when I left here, and I made a right-hand turn instead of a left to go back to Lowe's for some reason, because I was thinking about the water line. And I got on around towards I-80. Those of you that are familiar with Dallas, I got around to the I-80 interstate and realized what I'd done. So I decided to try to make a left to turn in and go back. Well, it's a very weird intersection. And long story short, the sun was shining right in my eyes and I couldn't see. And there was another truck in front of me trying to turn right into, or left into, a Valero gas station. And he had his blinker on, but he wouldn't go. And I was in my brother-in-law's work car, which sits real low to the ground. So I couldn't see past the pickup, I couldn't see over the pickup. So I inched to the fender of the pickup, and all I could see was the sun that was shining right in my eyes. Well, there was nobody coming that I could see, so I went, and I got hit. So my wrist now is just getting to the point where it's not killing me, and I messed up my hand. It was all swollen up. My wrist was all swollen, but the swelling's gone down, so, and I'm able to use them and everything now. So, but it was a couple of days I was in a little bit of pain there. So, totaled brother-in-law's work car, and first wreck I've had. So now I'm just trying to get water leaks fixed, get everything buttoned up in my RV and get back on the road, and probably try to get out of Dallas. I've had a lot of bad luck when I come and make trips to Dallas, so I'm always leery of it. And lo and behold, I had another bad luck event this time around as well. I actually came here to see my son, and he's kind of blew me off. He's a grown man, got his own things doing, started a new job, so I've been here 2.5 weeks and seen him maybe 3 times for maybe a few hours. But it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. I just kind of regret, because the only reason I did come over here, I wanted to see my brother-in-law and my sister and my nephew, but I really came over here to see my son, which really hasn't happened. So, but that's the way it goes. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you guys know what's going on. I plan to get back to YouTubing right here probably next week, but I really needed to take some time off, try to get this camera figured out, and you know, just some other things that I needed to figure out. If you haven't heard, YouTube's demonetizing all the smaller channels if you have less than 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I've actually got the watch time, but I don't have the 1,000 subscribers, so come February 20th, this channel is going to be demonetized unless some miracle happens and I reach 1,000 subscribers. But at the rate I'm going, that looks pretty impossible. So kind of looking at other options as far as making money, maybe doing merch, t-shirts. I've even thought about a Patreon, which I'm not a huge fan of Patreon, but when I'm not in LA, I'm not working, and I've missed 5 or 6 days of opportunity, maybe more than that, of working, probably more than that. So, and the cost of this trip, so it's just all out of expense with no money coming back in, which is tough on me. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Just wanted to touch base with you, let you know what's going on, where I've been, and that's what's going on. So I hope to be back on the road here in a day or two, and we're going to be heading from Dallas down to Austin. I have a friend down there I'm going down to visit. And then from there, we'll probably head back towards Arizona, possibly. Maybe some stops in New Mexico. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Peace. Be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about anything I've said. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. Be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. And it will let you know and notify you every single time I upload a new video. Peace, guys.